you guys introduce yourselves, like each of you?
Sure, I'm Zap.
I'm Crash. I'm Laser.
And this is Rinse and Repeat.
So, how'd you guys meet?
Let's see, so I used to work, my first job was an ice cream shop. And I worked at this place, and then this guy rolled in, and he got some ice cream, and we had mutual friends. And then maybe 2 weeks later, we ended up hanging out with that mutual friend, and we were together. And we just kind of hit it off. One thing led to another. He was already in a house show type band, and then he asked me to be in this band. I played with him for a little while in that band, and then we decided that
it was not a good band.
It was not a good band, and then we decided to just do our own thing. And then from there, we were a two-piece for what, like a year?
About a year and a half.
About like a year and a half. We were just a two-piece,
no.
Just bass guitar and like a drum machine. And then we did that for about a year and a half, and then we met Rodney. I met him at a Craigslist gig type thing. We were moving stuff, and I met him, and then it worked out. We were just looking for a drummer at the time, and he just fit right in.
In the description of Fig 1, you guys mentioned that the EP is a first step to breaking the cycle. What do you guys mean by breaking the cycle?
So, do you want to handle this one?
Sure. So we just feel that a lot of repetition happens in our day-to-day lives, whether it be just doing the same thing, feeling stagnant, coming on with ideas, whether it be music or just, in ways that we live. So, first step of breaking the cycle is doing small things, just change it up, leave. Damn! Just doing small things to change it up, and try to exercise the muscle, just doing things different.
Yeah, and it's just like exercising, just kind of spontaneity in your life, and
positive irregularities in your brain.
Positive irregularities, and we believe that the reason that these things happen is because they're cyclides, which are like a bacteria from a planet far away, and when they get into your brain, they basically make you get dopamine rushes and find pleasure from doing the same thing and living in a comfortable, familiar life. So our goal is to just kind of destroy that.
Yeah. So you guys seem to be influenced by sci-fi, like sci-fi B-rated movies.
Yep.
Is there any particular sci-fi movies you guys really enjoy?
First one, since I was really young, is just Star Wars. That's where it all started, and then it kind of led into a long line of different things, and then
definitely the Jetsons.
Buck Rogers.
Also, Logan's Run. That's an old sci-fi movie. We had an outfit that was these black outfits with these white collars and belts, and we based them off of these characters called Sandman and that. We really like that. That's a great movie.
And why choose sci-fi as your guys' the theme of your guys' band?
It's just fun.
It's just
Yeah, makes me feel good. I like it.
We all are planning to go to Mars by the time before we die, and hopefully play on Mars.
I think I like the suspended belief in sci-fi that I think you can tell really relatable and real stories, but under the guise of sci-fi, it just gives it a fun spin on it, and it feels like a little bit less stale than just being on a soapbox and telling people what to do. You can kind of use the kind of cliche terminology, and I feel like that gives it kind of a fun, way of telling a story, something like that.
I saw at you guys' previous show, back in October, that you guys all dress in Devo attire. Is Devo a big influence in your guys' band?
Yeah, but Aaron showed me Devo early on in our relationship, and it was kind of like a bonding thing. I was like, well, this is kind of showing me the direction of music that I really like, because before I kind of felt lost, I didn't really know, kind of confused, and definitely I feel like we've all bonded over it, and we've all learned from Devo. And yeah.
Do you guys plan on I see from you guys content the show a couple of minutes ago, you guys did a little show for it. Devo did that back in the early times. Do you guys plan on doing that more, making little films for your band?
For sure, yeah. Definitely. We plan on releasing full movies that will be available at the merch stand to buy our next tour.
I think lately we've been really interested in making a show just an all-around entertainment show versus just music, and we want to kind of incorporate different art forms and that sort of thing. So and down the line, hopefully we can kind of get our shit together more, so we can have a little bit more higher budget things, and we'd like to you know, have you know, get people involved to help us film stuff. You know, maybe just nicer equipment to do all those things. But yeah, I think down the line definitely want to do more film.
Yeah. And you guys get like, I just heard it like at the merch table. You guys get this a lot. People like to compare you guys to the Garden, and like in my personal opinion, I don't think you guys are very different from the Garden. You guys have this like more bit like new wave, a little more Devo-esque like sound, while the Garden has this more like I don't know, this like garage like punk-esque sound. Do you guys have anything to say about that?
People think what they think, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're nice dudes.
Yeah,
they're great dudes, and like, they're good at what they do. Yeah, I think it's just the earrings, man.
Yeah. No, and they also think because like of Riley, they always compare Riley to like one of the Shears, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can't compare art just because a person looks like the other person.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like, it's just like try not to get distracted by people like comparing you to another artist, because like we're making our own art. We're not like basing anything we do off of what someone else is doing, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, of course everyone's influenced by something or someone, but yeah, it's funny, honestly. But
I remember, I think it was the beginning of this year, you guys got your equipment stolen. Very unfortunate.
That was. Are you serious? You were fucking giving me the business. I can't move. I can't move. This is fucked up. Oh, I got out of it.
Too bad. All right,
I got out of it.
Okay. So like I've noticed, like especially Riley and I think Aaron as well. You guys kind of build your own rigs, your guitar rigs. So like how is that? Like how did you guys feel like after you guys got your trailer stolen?
Oh, it was heartbreaking. Luckily, so the guitar I built when I was like, or Frankenstein together when I was like 16. Luckily, the people who found the trailer, or U-Haul who found the trailer, it was still in there. The guys didn't take it. So luckily, I got that back. But it sucks because like it was pretty much all the gear that we had since we were 16, and then
I lost like 2 basses. We lost our amps, and Rodney lost his whole drum kit.
An amp,
a guitar case that was really special to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sad when those things happen. It took a long time, I think, to get over it.
At least Kieran got his socks back.
Kieran did get his socks back.
And his cowboy hat.
And his cowboy hat, so
and his merch.
But I mean, we had to finish up that tour with like borrowed gear.
Yeah, I saw you guys went to like Guitar Center.
We went to Guitar Center. I took all the money I had. We spent it on gear, and then we took it back and returned it.
In the true style of Kieran.
Yeah, for his new album at the time, Return to Center, which was he took like his whole recording budget, bought everything at Guitar Center, recorded it within the return policy days, and then returned everything. So we're like, okay, let's just do that.
Yeah, it was like kind of funny because like he just did that, and it's like we ended up having to do that for all our gear. He was like, it's meant to be.
Also, it was super sick that everyone was like heard about what happened, and they were just like so ready to just let us borrow whatever. Yeah. I think it really showed like the kindness in people just caring something about that. And just like we could still finish the tour because every venue was like, what do you guys need? Like we're ready to help you out. And that was cool. So if anything, I think that's a positive thing that came from it.
Yeah, like there were so many people like coming out and like saying super nice things and supporting us. So like as shitty as it was nice to see that there's still a lot of people pretty good out there.
And now we keep our important shit inside.
Yep, never has shit.
It was a hard lesson to learn, but we learned it. But yeah, I think it's really cool that I love the like community of music that like when shit like that happens, that people can kind of pull together and help you out. Yeah, that's a really special thing.
Alright. So we're at the end of this interview. Do you guys want to plug anything? Any upcoming? Do
we have? I mean, we are in the midst of recording an album, our first like full length, but it would be in a minute. It needs some work.
Just come to our shows.
Yeah.
Come to our shows.
That's it. Yeah, come to the shows. I think that's pretty much it.
All right. I appreciate you guys taking time after your show to do this video.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Thank you, man.